Today we are going to discuss the questions that I had given, okay, over 3 past days. We'll discuss one by one, okay. So shall we start? See, this is to first we'll discuss the questions, okay, which I had given yesterday. First, I will discuss the questions which I had given yesterday, okay. Then we will go on to the questions which I had given day before yesterday, okay. And then, so we'll go like Thursday, Wednesday, and Tuesday. Like that we'll go. So yesterday's question I'm going to discuss. So just see here, the question says that there is a circular conductor, okay, of radius 5 centimeter. There's a circular conductor of radius 5 centimeter and a magnetic field of 7.7 into 10 to power 6 is created, okay. The current flowing through the conductor is. Now we know the magnetic field value due to a circular current carrying wire, okay, conductor. So how will you solve this question? So this is just direct formula based question. So B, magnetic field due to circular coil, if you see, so it is written as mu naught into I, the current flowing through it, divided by mu pi 4 4 into, sorry, not 4r, it's 2r. It's 2 into r. Okay, it's 2 into r for magnetic field. Now, what is the current value now? See, B value they have given me 7 into 10 power minus 6. So 7 into 10 power minus 6 into 2. What is the radius? 5 centimeters. So 5 I will write as 0.05 divided by mu. Divided by mu. Okay, mu naught. And this is current value. What is the value of mu naught? Value of mu naught? It's 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7. Okay, 4 pi into 10 power minus 7. Now you just solve for this current. Okay, you just calculate I value. Okay, you calculate this I value, you will get the result. You will get the result when you solve this I. Understood? So the answer for this will be, what answers did you get? What answers did you get? See here, this is 2 and 2 gets cancelled. This is 3.14 means 722 by 7. So this becomes 7 into 7, 20, 49 by 22. It's 2, 1. Okay, so it's somewhere around 0.5. It's somewhere around 0.5. Option D is correct. Okay, option D is correct. 0.56 you will get. Okay, ampere. So I hope you would have solved this question. Okay. Now question number 2. The question number 2 is the magnetic induction at center, okay, at point O in the figure shown is, you have to calculate the magnetic induction at O. So if you clearly see this figure, okay, so can you say that the two fields will be in two opposite directions, okay? They will be in two different directions. So B net will be obviously B1 minus B2. B will be, okay, net magnetic field at point B will be B net. Okay, if I write B net, so it will be B1 minus of B2. Is it okay? Now, what is B1? How will I write that B1? So mu naught I, because same current is flowing. So I divided by 2 into R1. Okay, into 180 by 360. Into 180 by 360 will give me 1 by 2. Okay, minus mu naught into I divided by 2 into R2 into 2. Okay, now I can take out mu naught I by 4 common. Inside I'll be having 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. Okay, so option A is correct. 1 by R2 minus 1 by R1 is not correct because the magnetic field due to the first wire will be more as compared to the second wire. Magnetic field due to first wire will be more as compared to the second wire. Okay. So option number 1 is correct. Mu naught I by 4 into 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. This is the correct answer. You can see the magnetic field due to the first wire. The magnetic field due to first wire, if you use right hand palm rule also, right hand thumb rule also. So at the point, what you have to do, at this point, what you will do, you will just apply, okay, you will just apply the right hand palm rule. Suppose if you are applying right hand palm rule, so this is how you will apply, okay. You just place your thumb, you just place your thumb along the direction of current, okay. You just place your thumb along the direction of current and fingers in the direction of point and draw perpendicular. So if you see the perpendicular drawn at your palm, so it will be downward, and due to the second wire it will be upward at that point too. That's why it's opposite in direction. So this was question number 2. Now question number 3. So question number 3 is, field inside a solenoid is directly proportional to length. No, it does not depends upon length. Okay. Directly proportional to current. Yes, the current flowing through the solenoid does affects the magnetic field produced by solenoid. Okay. Inversely proportional to current. Wrong. Inversely proportional to the total number of turns. Wrong. So which option is correct? B option is correct over here. Okay. Option B is correct for question number 3. Option B. Okay. Option B is correct for question number 3. Option B. Question number 4. Just see the solution. How you will solve this question. Magnetic induction at the center of the arc. Okay. Due to the current in portion AB will be. Due to the current in the portion AB will be. Due to the AB it will be 0. Okay. There is no doubt that due to AB it will be 0. Due to CD it will be 0. Okay. So we will solve it like for this question. For this particular question, we have the answer D. Okay. So the correct option is D over here. But I will solve for R. Okay. So magnetic field, if I calculate for AB, if I calculate magnetic field for CD, okay, then so both the values will be 0. Both the values will be 0. Okay. Now the magnetic field value due to BC. Magnetic field value due to BC will be what? Yes. How will I calculate it? Mu naught I divided by 2R. Okay. 2R into 180 by 360. So this becomes mu naught I by 4R. Mu naught I by 4R. This is what we get. Do you understand this? All of you understood what I have done over here? The questions asks for AB. So for AB, it's 0. Okay. I have calculated for CD also, which is 0. And for that arc portion, okay, which is BC. So for that, how you'll calculate it is mu naught I by 4R. Okay. Now next question number 5. Just see question number 5 says, in a hydrogen atom, an electron moves in a circular orbit of radius given to me and produces a magnetic field induction of this, and it's at its nucleus. So at its nucleus means at the center. The current produced by the motion of the electron will be. So as you know that the motion of electron produces current. Okay, motion of electron produces current. So if magnetic field is directly given to me, so I can directly use that result and calculate the value. So just see how we will solve that question. So B is given to me, so due to a circular current carrying wire, so mu naught I by 2R. Okay. Now from here I have to calculate I value. So I will become B into 2R divided by mu naught. Okay. It is same as the question number 1. It is same as question number 1. The magnetic field value is given to me, which is 12.56. Okay. And R value is given to me. The value of R is given to us. Mu naught value is 4 pi into 10 power minus 7. So magnetic field value is 12.56 into 2. What is radius? Radius is given as 5.2 into 10 to the power minus 11. Okay. What is mu naught value? 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7. You just solve this, you'll get the result. You just solve this and you will get the result. Is it okay? Now, question number 6. A current I flows along the length of an infinitely long, straight, okay, and thin-walled pipe. A current I flows along the length of an infinitely long, straight, and thin-walled pipe. Magnetic field at all points inside the pipe is the same but not zero. This is a wrong statement. This is a wrong statement, okay? Magnetic field at any point inside the pipe is zero. This is correct statement. Let us see C and D also. Magnetic field is zero only on the axis of the pipe. No, inside also it's zero because enclosed current will be zero. Okay, enclosed current will be zero. That's why we are having this magnetic field is zero inside this hollow cylinder as zero. Magnetic field at different at different points inside the pipe. No, it's the same all over. That's zero. Okay, so the correct answer is B. The correct option is B. For sixth, C, B is the correct option. Okay, so this was 1 to 6 questions which I had given you. Okay, which I had given you yesterday. So I have given you the solution of those questions. Now I'm taking the questions which I gave you day before yesterday. Okay, day before yesterday I gave you few questions. If you remember, 6 questions I had given you. 6 questions I had given you. Okay. Okay. So just see this question now. A long wire. Okay. A long wire. A steady current. The spelling of steady is wrong. STEA. Steady current. Steady current. Okay. A long wire carrying a steady current is bent into a circular loop of 1 turn. Circular loop of 1 turn, I'm bending it. The magnetic field at the center of the loop is B. Okay. The magnetic field at the center is given to me as B. It is then bent into circular coil of radius n turns. The magnetic field at the center of the coil of n turn will be. Yes. Anybody who has solved this? Anyone who has solved this? Initially, we had a long wire, N into B. Okay. Initially, I had a long wire. Okay. We had a long wire like this. This wire is bent in one wire. Okay. One loop. Okay. Of this. Then we had converted this into, okay, so many loops. We have converted this into so many loops. Okay. So what is the question over here? Initially I'm having L length. Initially I'm having L length. Here the radius is suppose capital R. Okay. Here the radius is suppose capital R. So the L will be converted into 2 pi capital R, okay, and this will be small r, okay. So this is now how much? 2 pi R into N. Is it okay? Did you understand this? Now just see here, what is the value of small r from here? I can write it as capital R by small r. Capital R by small n. Okay, so this is the relation between capital R and small r. Now, as per the question, the magnetic field at the center of the loop is B. The magnetic field at this point, the magnetic field at this point is B. Okay, the magnetic field at this point is B. So how we will calculate what will be the magnetic field at this center of this smaller coil? So just check over here. So the magnetic field, okay, B dash I'm writing. I will write it as mu naught I by 2R. Now what is the value of R over here? Capital R by N. Mu naught I by 2 capital R into N. And most of you would have got this result as N into B. Okay, so this is a wrong answer. This is a wrong answer. Why wrong answer? Because the formula that you have used over here, okay, here whatever you have used is for one coil. Because there are n number of coils initially, so for that you will substitute n. You will substitute n, okay. Don't forget to put n over there. Don't forget to put n over there. Is it okay? So you have to multiply this by n. So this answer becomes n square into b. This is what the mistake you would have done. This n you would have not put. So many students would have not considered this n. Okay, that's why you are getting n into b. But the answer is n square into b, because n will be there because the coil is having n turns. So, okay, the coil is having n turns. So for n turns, how do we write? N mu naught I by 2r. Okay, so the result is n square b. The result is n square b. Is it fine? The result is n square b. Okay, let us see question number 2. In this question, I had while giving you the question, I had missed this angle 60 degree. I had missed. Okay, so you can add over there. So the angle is 60 degree actually. Now just see the solution of this question. So the conducting wire carrying a current arranged as shown, the magnetic field at O. I have to calculate the magnetic field at O. Now due to these two wires, okay, due to this wire, okay, and due to this wire, due to these two wires, okay, the magnetic field value will be what? Due to these two wires, the magnetic field at the center will be what? 0. Good. Now you will be having only the magnetic field due to this wire as well as due to this wire. These two wires are only going to give you the magnetic field values. Now, the direction of the current is opposite. The direction of current is opposite, if you can see. Is it okay? The direction of current is opposite if you see here. Now, if the direction of current is opposite, okay, if the direction of current is opposite, so the field will be also opposite. Field will be also what? Opposite. So let us see how to do that. Now the net magnetic field, B net, okay, B net will be given as B1 minus of B2. B1 minus of B2. Now, what is B1? How will you write B1? Mu naught I, okay, mu naught I divided by 2R1, 2 into R1. Now, what is the angle made? 60 degree. So 60 by 360. 60 by 360 minus mu naught into I divided by 2R2, 60 by 360. Is it okay? Now, mu naught I by 60 by 360 gives me 6. So outside I can take mu naught I by 12. Inside I'll be having 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. Okay. So this is the net magnetic field. This is the net magnetic field. And if you want to see the direction, so it will be only, the direction will be corresponding to the R1. So the direction will be inward. The direction will be inward. The direction, if you want to calculate, so it will be inward, cross. Is it okay? Did you understand this sum? Did you understand this sum? I had missed theta angle in this. I had missed the theta angle in this, okay? Okay. So the next question is third one. A straight conductor carrying a current I is splits into two identical semicircle arcs as shown in figure below, okay? As shown in figure below. What is the magnitude of the magnetic field at the center C of the resulting circular arc of radius R? Okay, so the correct answer is 0 for this. The correct answer for this is 0. The correct answer for this is 0. Okay, wait. What has happened? Wait a minute. Okay. So the correct answer for this is 0. Is it okay? Is it visible now? Is the screen visible now? The correct answer is 0 for this. Is the screen visible now? Okay. Fine. So the correct answer for this is 0. The correct answer for this question is 0. Okay. Fourth question. Fourth question is a circular turn of n turns, a circular coil of n turns and radius r has a magnetic induction of strength at its center is. So n turn mu naught I by 2r, and with n turn option A. With n turn the option is A then. Okay. A option. B will be B at center of the coil. B at center will be mu naught I by 2r into n. Okay. So this is the value. Fourth option. Fourth question. Fifth question. I1 and I2. I1, I2 are the strength of current in loop and strength in conductor. Okay. Okay. So I1 is the current in loop. I2 is the strength of current in the conductor, straight conductor. Now OA is given as R, AB is given as R. The net magnetic field at center O is 0. The net magnetic field at the center is 0. Then the ratio of current in the loop and the straight conductor is, okay, the ratio we have to calculate over here. The ratio I have to calculate over here. So what did you get? 1 by pi. Okay, 1 by pi you had got. Anybody else who got 1 by pi? Anyone else who has got 1 by pi? Nobody else. Okay, you also. 1 by 2 pi. Nagaraju has got 1 by 2 pi. Thara has got 1 by pi. Deepika also got 1 by 2 pi. Okay, let us see what will be the answer. Option D, 1 by 2 pi. Okay, let us see. Let us solve this and check. See here, the net magnetic field at the center must be 0. Okay, so B, magnetic field due to coil, okay, must be equal to magnetic field due to conductor. Okay, a straight wire. Okay, or I will write it as wire it's only. The magnetic field due to coil and magnetic field due to wire will be same. Then only you will have the magnetic field value should be 0. Okay, now the due to coil, what will I write? Mu naught I by 2 into capital R. This is what you are going to write. This is what you will write. Is there any doubt in this? Is there any doubt in this that the magnetic field value, okay, due to the coil, will you write it like this? Okay. Now, because the length of the conductor is not given to me, so I will assume it as infinite. And for that, I will write mu naught, okay, into 2 I naught, into 2 I2, sorry, divided by 4 pi into 2R. Will I write it like this? Now, not mu naught into I, but mu naught and 2R. Mu naught and 2R gets cancelled. If I solve this, I'm getting I1 is equals to, this is I1. So I1 I'm getting as 2I2 divided by 4 pi. So this becomes 1 upon 2 pi. Okay, I2 by 2 pi. So I1 by I2 gives me 1 by 2 pi. Okay, so this is the correct answer. Option D is correct over here. Option D is correct over here. Is it okay? Option D, 1 by 2 pi is correct, Balaji. Then for the sixth question, in the loop shown, okay, the loop is from like this. The loop is like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This is the loop. This is the loop over here. Okay. Now, due to this wire, and due to this wire, due to all these 4 wires, the net magnetic field is 0. Net magnetic field at center is 0. Okay. You will have only magnetic field due to this wire as well as this wire. Okay. Now just check this, how we will solve this. So magnetic field due to 2 coils at the center, if I see, so the net magnetic field must be added. Net magnetic field must be added by the 2 magnetic fields. Okay, so B1 plus B2. They both are in the same direction. So for first wire, if I write, so mu naught I by 2 into R1. Now this is of 90 degree. So 90 degree means 1 by 4. 90 by 360 plus mu naught into I divided by 2R2. Okay, into 1 by 4 again. 1 by 4 again. Okay, so you solve it, you will get it as mu naught I by 8 within bracket 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. And when you solve this, so you should get it as R2 plus R1 divided by R1 into R2. So this is what I am getting. Hope you would have also got the same answer. Option B is correct. Okay, B net, option B is correct. Is it fine? Option B is correct over here. Fine. Now, if you see these questions, okay, I have given you the solution of these questions, okay, 1 to 5, 1 to 5, okay. So question number 1, question number 2, question number 3, question number 4, and question number 5. I have already provided you the solution for these questions, I guess. I have already provided you the solution for these questions, okay. From question number 6, I have not given you the solution. From question number 6, I have not given you the solution. So we will start doing this from question number 6. We will start doing this from question number 6, okay. Up to 5, I have given you the solution. From question number 6, I am going to discuss. Okay, so just see the question number 6 now. Two parallel long wires A and B carry current, okay, I1 and I2, I1 being greater than I2. When I1 and I2 are in the same direction, the magnetic field at the point midway between the wire is 10 microtesla. Okay, so it's 10 microtesla. 10 microtesla. So this is I1, this is I2. When the current is in same direction, the magnetic field is 10 microtesla. The magnetic field is 10 microtesla. Now, when the wire is one is having the same current in same direction, but the second wire is having a current in the opposite direction, I2, okay, then the magnetic field somewhere in the between is 30 microtesla. Okay. Now, in both the cases, the magnetic field value is given to me. Okay. So if you see in the first case, okay, if you see in the first case, the net magnetic field what you have got, okay, it is due to B1 minus B2. And in the second case, the net magnetic field that you have got, it is due to B1 plus B2. Okay. Now, in this first case, okay, in the first case, what is B1 value and what is B2 value? So first case, the B1 value will be mu naught into I1 divided by 2 pi r. R is this distance. This distance is r, as well as this distance is r. Now for B2, what do we have? Mu naught I2 by 2 pi r. So B net, if I calculate, from here, okay, so 10, B net is 10, okay, 10 microtesla is equals to, I'm taking mu naught 2 pi r constant and outside, and I'm having I1 minus I2. Okay. Now for this second wire, what is the value of B1? Mu naught I1 by 2 pi r, and B2 value will be again the same thing, okay, I2 2 pi r. Now the difference is that here you are getting with plus sign, so 30 microtesla mu naught 2 pi r into I1 plus I2. Okay, so this is equation number 1, this is equation number 2. Do I1, equation number 1, okay, how you will get equation 1 divided by equation 2. Okay, you do this equation 1 divided by equation 2, and you will get I1 minus I2 divided by I1 plus I2 is equals to 10 by 1 by 3. Okay, it will become 1 by 3. This implies I2 by I1, sorry, I1 by I2. I1 by I2 will be 2. Okay, I1 by I2 will be 2. Is it okay? Did you understand this sum? Yes. Okay. Question number 7. In this only question number 7. What is the answer for this? Option A. Okay, option A. Let us solve it. Let us solve this question. The current I is flowing in a straight conductor of length L. The magnetic induction at a point L by 4 from its center will be. So actually the case is this. Okay. So this is a wire, okay, of length L and at L by 4 distance, okay. At L by 4 distance from this is L by 4, okay. L by 4. L by 4. At point P, we have to calculate the magnetic field. And the current is I. The length of the wire is L. The length of the wire is L. Okay. So this becomes L by 2 and this becomes L by 2. Perpendicular bisector. From midpoint, okay, L by 2 and L by 2. Now this angle I have to calculate, which is phi 1, as well as I have to calculate this angle, which is phi 2. Okay, phi 1 and phi 2 I need to calculate now. Phi 1 and phi 2 I need to calculate. Okay, so just tell me the value of phi 1, okay, sine phi. And one more thing I shall tell you, that phi 1 and phi 2 will be same, okay. Phi 1 must be equal to phi 2. Okay, so there's no doubt about that. So sine of phi, if you tell me sine of phi, so what I will write? I will write it as L by 2, okay. And this side, if you see, it will become L by 2 whole square plus L by 4 whole square. This is what you will be getting. So L by 2 divided by root over L square by 16 plus L square by 4. Fine. L square by 16 plus L square by 4. This is what you will get from sine phi. Now, if I solve it, what I should get? Sine phi value, what I am getting, just see here. L by 2 divided by, okay, divided by, will I get here 5? Will I get here 5 L square by 4? 16, okay. So I'm taking L by 4 outside and root of 5 in. If you solve this, I will get 2 by root of 5. This is sine phi. So sine phi value becomes 2 divided by root 5. This is sine phi value for me. Now, magnetic field at P point, okay, we will write it as mu naught I by 4 pi r. What is r value? L by 4. So L divided by 4 into sine of phi 1 plus sine of phi 2. Okay. See, I'm doing step by step. In exam, you have to do it. Okay. You have to skip the steps. You don't need to do all these steps. You should not do all these steps in exam. Okay. In exam, you should not do all these steps, unnecessary steps. Okay. Now, phi 1 and phi 2 are same. So I can write it as 2 sine of phi, 2 sine of phi. Okay. And then it will become mu naught I by pi L 2 into, okay, 2 divided by root of 5. So the net magnetic field, okay, at point P becomes 4 by root of 5 mu naught I by pi L. Okay. This is the value. This is the answer. Option A. Option A is correct answer for this. So this is the rough work, okay, or not rough work actually, the figure, okay. This is the figure, this portion, okay, this portion. See, geometry, you have to keep your geometry good. You have to keep your geometry good in this chapter. Okay, in this chapter, if your geometry portion is weak, okay, you are not able to calculate angles, distances, then you may face a problem in this chapter. Okay, so try to work on that portion little bit, and then everything will be very easy. Okay, you don't have to go in advanced geometry, just basic geometry of 9th and 10th level. That is more than enough. That is more than enough. Okay, because you have to just identify the distances and you have to calculate its length. So if you know the concept of what is the distance, okay, of a diagonal, distance of the vertical, okay, from the diagonal, so you will be able to do all those things. Okay, now just see this question. Now just see this question in this. Okay, a square loop ABCD with edge length A. The edge length is A. The resistance in the wire ABC is R, and in ADC is 2R. Okay, so in ABC it is R, and in ADC it's 2R. Fine. Assuming wire to be uniform, the magnetic field at the center of the loop is. What is the answer? How many of you have got the answer for this question? Option B. Have you solved these questions on your own self, or you have just copied these questions from somewhere? Option B, option B, option D, option D. Who is getting option D? Balaji and Nagraj. Deepika, Gautam have got option B. Anybody else? Yes. Nobody has solved. Okay, let us see this question, how we will solve this. What will be the current, if you can calculate the current value, if you can calculate the current values, then the question will be done. Okay, the current value is important over here to find out. So current in ABC portion, yes, current in the part ABC, current in the part ABC. See here, this is having ABC, this portion ABC is having a resistance R, ADC is having a resistance 2R, 2R. So the current will be divided correspondingly. So the current in this will be I by 3, and the current in this part will be 2I by 3. Okay, so the current is calculated I by 3 and 2I by 3. How you have calculated it? Be using the current division rule in parallel circuit. Current division rule in parallel circuit, using that I have calculated that. Okay, now the magnetic field values we have to calculate now. Okay, so for that I should know this distance, this perpendicular distance. Okay, I should know this perpendicular distance. So what is this distance? Can anyone tell me? What is this distance over here? Yes, this blue color line, A by 2. Good. This is A by 2. A by 2. Okay, I have to find out this angle also. I have to find out this angle also. This angle as well as this angle. Can anyone tell me what are these angles? Can anyone tell me what are these angles? Yes. Can anyone tell me what are these angles? 60 degree. Okay. 45 and 45. Good. How 60 degree? 45 and 45. How 60 did you get? How will you get 60? That's why I'm saying, na, basic trigonometry and geometry is involved in this. Basic trigonometry and geometry will be required in this chapter. Okay, so don't make mistake. Now everything is calculated. I'll multiply the, if I'll calculate, not okay. I'll calculate due to one wire and then I'll multiply with 2. Just see here. So magnetic field due to A, B, C, okay, will be two times of, okay, mu naught I by, sorry, 2I, BC has 2I, na? So it is 2I by 3. So mu naught upon 4 pi into 3 into length. Length is A by 2. So A into 2. Okay. Now angle we have to multiply. So it's 2 into sine of 45. So sine of 45 is 1 upon root 2. So this is what I get. This is what I will get. Now I have to solve this. So solving is not a big deal over here. So just if you can see this, so 4 gets cancelled. Okay. Okay, just see here. 2 and this 4 gets cancelled. I'm having 4 mu naught I by okay root 2 into 3 into pi a. This is what I will get. Yes. Will I get this? Okay, due to BC. Now, due to ADC, magnetic field due to ADC, what is the value? 2 times, okay, mu naught I by 3, mu naught I by 3 divided by 4 pi, okay, into what is angle what I will write. So it is A by 2. So A by 2 means A by 2 into 2 into 1 by root 2. So you will be having this thing in this case. So just see here, 2 and 4 gets cancelled. So I'm having here, I will get 2 mu naught I by 3 root 2 pi into A. This is what I get over here. You just solve this and you will get the value. You just solve this and you will get the value. Here, if you simplify this, so you will get 2 root 2 mu naught I by 3 pi A. And here, if you simplify, you will get 2 mu naught I by 3 pi A. Now, the magnetic field due to ABC is downward. Magnetic field due to ADC is upward. You will cancel them each other. Okay, so the net magnetic field will be how? Due to this ABC only. Okay, so I'm getting this as mu naught. Okay, root 2 mu naught I by 3 pi A. I'm taking outside. So 2 minus 1. This becomes root 2 mu naught I by 3 pi A. So the correct option is, and direction is what? Direction is cross. Direction is cross. So option B is correct. Option B is correct. Okay. Option B is correct in this. Option B is correct in this. Now, question number 9. Question number 9. How many of you have got the result? Sincerely tell me, how many of you have solved it without any help and you have got the result? Question number 9. How many of you have got the result without any help? You got B. B is the correct option. Okay. Okay, so just see here. In the question already this theta is equals to pi by n was given to us. Okay. Actually, if I don't give you this value, okay. Suppose if I don't give you this value, okay. If I don't give you this value, okay, I found out the perpendicular r distance and then I found out. Okay, okay. So just see this question number 9. So the time will be over till then. I'll solve this question number 9. Okay. So here, if you see this question, the angle suppose is not given. If suppose the angle is not given, okay. If the angle would have not been given, how you would have solved this problem? Theta by n, if it would have not been given. So how you would, no. Regular polygon of n side. Regular polygon of n side. This is not any particular polygon. This is not any particular polygon. This is a polygon. This is a polygon of side n. This is a polygon of side n. So there is no side fixed. So you cannot do here 360 divided by 9. Okay. You cannot write 360 divided by 9. You have to do 360 divided by number of sides. Okay. So just see here, if I assume this angle, okay, if you can see over here, if I assume this angle, okay, if I assume this angle, sorry, this one as well as this one as phi. If I assume this as phi, okay, so can I write it as phi will be equal to 360 divided by how many sides are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, 7. So I can write it like this. 360 by 7 and then I will get the answer. Okay, 5. But what was theta? What is theta given you in the question? What is theta given you in the question? It is not that angle end to end. The theta angle is this. Theta is this angle. Theta and theta. This is theta. So how will you write now? So 2 theta will be equal to 2 pi divided by n. This implies theta is equals to pi by n. So this implies 2 and 2 I will cancel, and then I am having theta is equals to pi by n. Then I am having theta is equals to pi by n. This is how pi by n was given to you. Now coming back to the question. Okay. If you see here, we have this triangle. Okay. We have this triangle over here. This is perpendicular, theta, and if you can see, so this side and this side will be same. And this is R which we have to calculate. Now, if this is given as a regular polygon of side n, okay, form a the radius is given as a. The radius is given as a. So this is a. So what will be the value of R? Yes. Can I write R as a cos of theta? Sorry, cos of theta. Okay. What is theta? Theta is pi by n. Theta is what? Pi by n. Okay. So I will write it over here. Okay. Theta is pi by n. I'm writing it here. Theta angle I'll substitute at the end. Angle value, theta value, I'll substitute at the end. Don't worry about that. Now the magnetic field value, how will I calculate? Due to this wire, okay, due to this wire, how will I calculate the magnetic field value? You just see mu naught I by 4 pi r. What is r? R value is a cos of theta into, within bracket, 2 sine of theta. Okay, because I will write theta sine, I will write sine of theta plus sine of theta, na? So this will, I'll be writing it, I will write it as 2 sine of theta. What is, okay, sine 2 theta. So this becomes mu naught I by 2 was there. So this cancels 4 and 2 pi a sine of theta divided by cos of theta. So this becomes mu naught I by 2 pi a tan of theta. Now what is theta value? It is pi by n. Okay, pi by n. Is it okay? Is this okay now? Any doubt? Now this is for one, this is for one side, this is for one side. For n side, what you will do? This is for one side only. Remember, this is for the calculations that you have done. This all calculation what you have done over here. This is for one side. For n side, okay, B will become as mu naught Ni divided by 2 pi a, okay, tan of pi by n. Okay, this is what you have. Is it okay? So option B is correct over here. Option B is correct for this. Did you understand this sum? Did you understand this sum? Okay, so for remaining questions, okay, I'll give you the solution. Okay, for remaining questions from 10 to 16, today I will write the solution and give you. Don't worry. Okay, today I will give you the solution. So whatever homeworks I have given you till yesterday, I have given you the solution. Okay, now today's question on Ampere's circuital law, and these solutions will go on the Learnitic. Okay, and one more homework you will be having. You have to do the questions. Okay, because Friday will be there and Sunday you will write the test. Okay, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So Saturday, Sunday you have to do the questions of NCERT book back. Okay, book back questions of NCERT. Understood? All because we have discussed only, you have not done. So you should do all those questions. Okay, all those questions you have to do. Is it okay? So today's homework you take from the Learnity, the solutions from 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15, 16 will go on Learnity. Okay. One more thing I had to discuss you. So many students have still not posted. Their assignment. Okay. I have got around 11 students of VRMS, okay, who have posted. KVSS, yesterday's, I have not got any student who have posted their homework. KVSS, okay, there are students. KVSS 1, Balaji, Nathula, Sanjeet, you have not posted your assignment. Then Mahatma, you have also not posted. all those students. Okay. Then, okay. For remaining students, I didn't check. Okay. But all those students who have not posted, sir, for the questions uploaded in the Learnity, should we give the full explanation or the only option? Full explanations. I want full explanation. Okay. Nobody will send only the options. Okay. You have to solve it and send. You have to solve it and then send. Is it okay?